Good morning to you all, to any of the moms and grandmas and aunts and stepmoms and women that, and even dads that take the mom role. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. I sure did. My girls really made it special. I woke up to Emily. She had been out early and got special coffee for us, and she had bought me an orchid, and she was starting to make homemade cheese danishes, which turned out to be fabulous. Andrea and I decided Emily needs to make those every Mother's Day and for our Christmas morning. And then Andrea came over also and had breakfast with us, and she also brought me an orchid, which was funny that they both thought of the same thing, but different colors, both really pretty. And Andrea had some other little gifts for me, and then I was opening Andrea's card and reading it, and she always writes a nice little message in there, but it was, you know, very, how do I say, a real touching message. So of course it makes me teary and whatnot. And then Emily popped up and said, "Oh, I forgot my card." She's like, "You're gonna love it. It's interactive." And I just have to show you this. It's so funny. She'd probably be so embarrassed if I were showing you. But she actually made me a card, and it's interactive. And oops, I gotta get this one piece in here. And oops, it just popped out, sorry. So anyways, but she said it's interactive and I have to follow the steps. So she used Stampin' Up's Pineapple Punch. Number 1, open this card, you must scream, it's Mother's Day. So of course I threw out a loud scream, it's Mother's Day! And then Pop Me Out is number 2, can you see that? And she used a Stampin' Up punch, and when you pop it out, it says, "Oh, hello." And which is something just kind of fun our family would say. And then on the back of that circle, she has "hello" again. And then it says number 3, open. And it says "wow." So she made a pop-up. Can you see that? She made a pop-up in the card. And then it says number 5, scratch and sniff. Guess the correct scent to continue. And it is a lavender scent, and you're gonna laugh because it's from the Poopery spray that I keep in her bathroom. And then it said turn over, and then she just wrote me a really nice message that I'll keep forever. So that was kind of fun. But I wanted to tell you, at Christmas time, Andrea got me a game called Pandemic, and we had never played it yet. But how appropriate to play it when we are inside on Mother's Day because of the pandemic and you can't go anywhere. We played it. It was such a fun game. We played it twice. I love it. So I don't know when it came out or anything like that, since it was a gift, but it's called Pandemic. It's 2 to 4 players, and all the players work together. You're considered a team. So that's kind of neat, that you're not competing against each other, you're competing as a team against the game itself. But it really, really is fun. So if you ever see it, check that out. A quick reminder that we have lots of products retiring this month, the end of this month. So you'll want to go to my website, maryknabe.stampinup.net, to check out the retiring last chance list. There are still lots of things available, and it also includes, I don't know where it is, items retiring from the mini catalog as well. So check out the last chance / retiring list on my website. Some of the products are discounted. A lot of the dies are discounted. Lots of the designer series papers are discounted too. And one that we're using today is one of those discounted ones. And then I'm also throwing out a reminder. If you are on my team, you should have or should be receiving your complimentary catalog from Stampin' Up anytime soon if you haven't gotten it already. I've had mine for about a week, I would say. Maybe not quite a week, 5 days maybe. but if you haven't gotten it, you should be getting it real soon. And to those of you who have purchased from me in the last 6 months, you were on my first round of catalog shipments, and you will be receiving yours soon from Stampin' Up! Directly. I had them sent directly from the company this time. And if you have not made a purchase with me in the last few months, or I said since January, I guess it was since last June, when this the other catalog came out. All you have to do is message me your full name and your address. I'm happy to put one in the mail to you if you don't already have a demonstrator. If you do have a demonstrator that you work with, please continue to work with that person. But if you are in need of a demonstrator, I'm happy to send you one and hopefully earn your business. And so let's get started. I'm going to show you the card first, and then I'll flip the phone around and we'll get started. So here's the card I made, and it features the, I believe it's called Mosaic Mood. Yes, Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper. What makes it special is some of the little mosaic shapes are embossed, raised and embossed, so you can see the shine in there on some of those. Okay, and the stamp, Sending Healing Hugs, I'm sending this card to a friend, and I'm going to ask that you all keep her in your prayers. She lost somebody very special to her, her best friend of over 50 years, and she's really hurting and grieving, so if you would keep this person in your prayers, I would appreciate it. But Healing Hugs is from the So Sentimental stamp set. It's got the Stitch So Sweetly dies that coordinate, and fortunately, both of these products are carrying over. So let me flip my phone around and we will get started. I'll flip this and then flip that. Okay. Let's see if I can make this just a wee bit bigger. Joyce, I agree with you. Now, new catalog soon. New catalog season is always exciting. I don't care if you're a demonstrator or a customer or what. Sometimes I think it might be more exciting for the demonstrators. And one of the great perks of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is that we do get our catalogs a little bit early, and we have a pre-order period and such. So if you want to join my team, I would love to have you. Just message me and we will connect and discuss the opportunity and see if you're up for that. Amber, yes, the Stamparatus plates, the extra plates are retired. I don't know if there's any still available or not. I have not looked today to see what may be completely, what products are completely depleted. Okay, let me get this all out of the way. All right, so I asked you to bring a card base and then 5 strips of DSP. They're all the same size, 1 inch by 4 inch. A piece of neutral cardstock for stamping, and that is 2 inch by 3 inch. And then another coordinating piece of cardstock, which is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. So sweet, simple, easy layout, isn't it? And you know what I'm going to say about these strips, right? Because I love designer series paper. That's probably my favorite product that I can purchase. The thing I look forward to the most is designer series papers. And it's usually what I go to as my go-to product, my first product that I pull to use as inspiration, get my color scheme, that sort of thing. But anyways, it's a great way to use up all those strips and scraps you have. All right. And here I just cut out this butterfly from the designer series paper and popped it up on a dimensional. Okay, this piece is also popped up on a dimensional. So let's go ahead and make a couple, and we'll do some variations as we go along. Now the coordinating stamp set, does everybody remember this paper? It really is gorgeous. Actually, I could show you in the catalog. It's got beautiful colors: Blushing Bride, Crushed Curry, Terracotta Tile, Garden Green, Mint Macaron. But it's on page 167 of the current catalog. Okay, Mosaic Mood, $14.50, and I believe it's on sale for $10, $10.50, something like that. And then it coordinates with the memorable Mosaic stamp set, which I'll be using and showing you a trick today. And then it's got punches, fun ribbons, other things in there as well. Okay, so let's get started making some cards. So my next card is going to be very similar to this, but I am going to make a couple of variations. First of all, I'm going to add a layer. Yes, Joyce Wilhelm, I actually worked on that last night, getting it, the new paper share all organized. And yes, I will be sending that out through an email this week. I'm not exactly sure what day, hopefully by Wednesday. But I was actually working on that late last night. So I've cut a piece of, actually 2 pieces. Now this piece is a little bit larger than usual. I just wanted a very thin border around it. So it is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Because I just wanted a very narrow border, and you'll understand why in a moment. So I'm going to put both of these on the card, one on the inside for writing, and then this one on the front. I'm using my multi-purpose glue today because I think it gives you a little bit of time to shift your strips around a little bit if you need to. I'll also show you another trick for adhering those. Now I've pre-cut my 5 strips. To think how I had them laid out. Okay, like that. Or I guess we could go this way too. Now I kind of like the greens next to the yellow and the rose. I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so now I'm just going to start adhering my strips. What I like to do is just put some adhesive down the center. That way if I need to shift it up or down or left or right, I can do that, and I'm not gonna have glue right to the edge that when I move it, I'll see it on the cardstock borders, what's still exposed. So I'm gonna lay that down, and this is why I cut my very vanilla cardstock the size I did. If I had cut it 5 1/4 by 4, I would not have the top, the bottom, and the left and right side borders. I would only have the space in the middle. But I like to do the top and the bottom first. And really, if you look at, like here, when I want to lay this straight and evenly spaced, this is what I'm looking at. This corner and this corner. Because if I get the left and bottom and the right and bottom corners lined up evenly, the whole piece will be lined up evenly. Okay. Thank you, Pam. This paper is on sale for $10.15. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead in the middle and I'm going to set this one in place, but I'm not going to really press it down hard yet. I'm just going to set it there. And then I'm going to lay my other 2 on it, centering between the middle piece and the top and bottom pieces. If I just set it like this and give it until I get them all in place, like I said, using that multi-purpose glue, I have a little time to shift them around and to even them out, make sure the sides are lined up. And I think that when I think it looks pretty good to me, then I'm going to slide this over a little. Then I'm just going to use my full hand and press it down. If you rub, you might be making these pieces slide around with the multi-purpose glue. So just take a firm, flat hand and press it in place. All right, next I'm ready for this piece. I've decided that this is what I want to stamp. All the pieces of your kindness make my life more beautiful. And got my block here. Okay. Now, when I do this, you can see that the stamp is just like barely fitting on there with that word kindness. So this is what we're going to do. Where's my scrap piece here? I'm actually going to stamp it twice, okay? The first time I'm going to stamp in, where is it? There we go. Let's try the So Saffron. I wanted yellow. I'm wondering if this might be too light, but we'll check it out. And I'm just going to center the top and bottom, and then the middle. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that would be dark enough yellow, but I like it. Now I'm going to clean it off in my chamois, and then I'm going to stamp on scrap paper with the terracotta tile. Now I'm going to use my paper snips. Hi Tracy and Jackie. Hi Joan and Marion. So much fun having you all here. 23 people, yay! If you weren't here at the beginning, you have to jump back on later and watch the first few minutes so you can see Emily's interactive card she made me for Mother's Day. I really did have a great day with my girls. Oh, they also picked up, we had kind of like a midday lunner, I guess, lunch dinner. They picked up dinners from Cheesecake Factory, so we had that. Just a really, really great day with my girls. And you know what? I actually like staying home for Mother's Day. I always appreciated that Peter and the girls plan things. I mean, we've had some great outings, picnics and shows and dinners at restaurants and whatever. But you know what? It's okay to just stay home and be together. And it was good for all of us. And Emily started her second year of grad school today, early this morning. She had an online class. And Andrea's trying to finish up her 5th year of teaching. I think she's got 3 weeks left. So it was nice for us to just stay home and hang out. And I felt loved and appreciated. Okay, so now I'm going to see what I've done here. Now you could even color in the word if you want. I'm going to leave mine as is, but I am going to pop it up with some dimensionals. Now the other thing I could have done, since this is the stamp that I wanted to use, I could have just made each of these 2 layers a little bit larger. But I like this idea of, and then you're just going to match up the first stamped image. So it goes just a little bit beyond the edge of the very vanilla, but I think that's pretty like that. So let me add this to the terracotta tile cardstock. That layer again is, this is 2 3 inches, 2 by 3 inches, and 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. Some new things I'll be coming out with are the paper share. I will have an in color card club this year. It'll run 5 months, and each month you will get all of the products in that particular color of in color. So by the end of the 5 months, you'll have a complete collection of all the in color products, but you don't have to lay out all the money for it all at once. Good morning, Patty. I'm glad you like the cards. There we go. Now, this is a great time for you to add any kind of embellishments you want. I've pulled out some embellishments. I've got terracotta tile, that scallop linen ribbon, which all of these are coming back to the new annual catalog, so I'm excited about that. I have this pretty lace trim, and then I have 2 of the mint macaron ribbons. This one's a little shimmery. And then I have a few of my flower faceted gems left. And I'm thinking, what should we add here? A flower faceted gem. Not sure if I like the yellow one on there. Or maybe a bow. Things keep popping up on my screen here. Okay, love that designer series paper. It really is pretty. So if you love it, you should buy it while you still can, because it'll be gone in a few weeks, or sooner actually. It's only while supplies last. So I could do something like that. What do you think? Do you like that? Patricia says, how about some of the gems? And I'm gonna go with Patricia's idea. I think I'm gonna do this one, add a different color. I'm gonna put this yellow one up here, so I think that'll be pretty. And I'm gonna put another one right here. And one left. Okay, I think it's pretty. Thanks for your help with the suggestion on the gems. Okay, let's do one more, and we'll do a couple more changes. Nothing drastic, but you know how it is. If we make a few simple changes, it really can change the look of our card quite a bit. So this time I'm using mint macaron. Again, I've cut my very vanilla layers to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This tube of glue is just about empty. I've got another one close by though. So you will find details of my paper share and my in color club that will both be starting in June. I'll get the details out later this week and give you pricing, what's included, what you need to pay, how all that works. Good morning, Sharon. Hi, Susie. Susie, I need to call you since all of our Stampin' Up! Trips are canceled. And now I've got 5 strips again. I don't remember how I had them laid out. That one obviously was the center. Maybe like this. Let's do that. Okay. Now this time, I'm going to make a horizontal card. So I'm going to add the strips just as I did on the other cards. Remember, if you do top and bottom first, it'll help you to be able to center the other ones. That's out. Okay, now if you remember, I just put a strip down of glue down the center of the other 3 DSP strips, and that will give me a little time and room to move them around if I want. I'm sure you all know how that is. If you get to about the finished part of the card and you think, oh, that one piece isn't straight, and it's so frustrating, and you try to pull it up and it kind of tears the paper. No, 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 we don't want that. So if you follow these tips, this will help you out a lot as far as getting them all lined up well. See how I can move them just slightly? Because that, okay, they're in place, and I'm going to press down. Except for that one. All right, I have the same sizes here, and this time I'm going to stamp and punch. I'm going to use the, what do we call it? Timeless label punch, I think. So I'm going to stamp this on a piece of scrap paper. And I think I'll stamp in the mint macaron. Now this stamp is interesting because it leaves the wording and the designs around the edge neutral, and it's actually stamping the background. So be sure and press all the way down so it gets all parts. Perfect, if I do say so myself. And now I'm going to punch it. Oh, I have just enough space to hold it, because if not, I'd be pulling out my Post-it note to help me. So this is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm just going to put the very vanilla on the mint macaron flat. And then I'm sure you know what I'm going to do with that sentiment that I stamped. Who can guess? I'm sure you all know. It's no secret. There. I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals, of course. Susie, do you have this one? Hi, Debbie. Who has the memorable Mosaic stamp set, the Punch and or the Mosaic Mood DSP? Anybody? And I'm going to put this right in the center. Now you could put it anywhere you want. Okay, so you can see that I'm still using the very same basic layout, correct? But I'm turning it this opposite direction. And I think I will pop this up again. I need to pull off these pieces because I'm just going around the edge here now. Just like that. Okay, and then I fussy cut some of the hummingbirds from the paper. Not sure if I should use one or both. One or both? What do you think? Is two too much? You have the half sheets and the DSP, so you can make lots with this card, Joyce. Awesome. Pam, Patricia, the smaller pieces are 2 inches by 3 inches and 2 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch. Okay, one, both, one, both, one. Okay, we'll go with the one. And there is something else I want to tell you about, just because. All right, maybe I'll use this for another card. I'll make some more. Okay, one other thing I wanted to mention to you is when we talk about embellishments, and you can see you know how I work. I start with my designer series paper and my cardstock, and I pull out the coordinating colors. So over here to the right of me in my paper stand, I have the DSP and the 4 colors that I thought I might work with. You can see I used all of them except the Blushing Bride, but I might use that for another one later. And then I pulled out embellishments and ribbons that I thought I could work with. Oh, here's another thing I had out. I forgot about these guys. Let's add them. From the designer series paper, I cut out these cute little bumblebees. I'm gonna put these on my first card. Oh, I know what I can do with this guy. I just had a little light bulb moment. I know, it happens once in a while. Oh, Marion, you just said it. You could put it inside. That's exactly what I was thinking. See, great minds think alike. So I'm just gonna put these little bumblebees on this first card. And then I'm gonna do exactly the same thing you thought of. Put the, oh, I could even put one here, couldn't I? Let me see. I'm trying to think how I should space them out. I'll put this guy here in the corner. Maybe this one up higher. And then I have one more little guy. And that just makes it kind of fun, doesn't it? And this, I think, is a great idea to put this on the inside of the card. I am going to put it flat. When I put things on the inside of the card, I like to have it flat. But yes, and there's no die or punch for these. I did fussy cut them. And if I can fussy cut, so can you, right? Okay, pretty. It could have even gone up here. I didn't think of that till after I had it down here. But still plenty of room for me to write a message. Okay, but as we were talking about all the pieces and parts, the stamp set, the coordinating products, the paper, coordinating cardstock, and embellishments, ribbons, one thing I want to bring to your attention is the Wink of Stella, because this is so beautiful. It's, I think, $8, and I consider this an embellishment. I don't really consider it a coloring tool. I consider it an embellishment because it adds the sparkle. So I'm just going to go in here of the word kindness on the inside of those letters, and I'm just adding some shimmer. So to me, okay, some people might say I'm coloring, but really to me, I'm adding an embellishment. I'm adding the shimmer. Can you see that? I'm not sure if that how well the Wink of Stella shows up on the film. And then I could do the same thing there, go over those letters. I could go over this, just do parts of it. Maybe see some little, these little designs. I could also cover this whole label with Wink of Stella. You know, do what you like, make it your own. That's what homemade is all about. And the sharing is wonderful because we can all share and have a place to go to for new ideas. But we all learn from each other. I think that's another reason why I like these Facebook Lives so much. I get the interaction from all of you, and there are many times that I pick up helpful tips or an idea, way to change a layout, something like that. Okay? But if you don't have the Wink of Stella, I would consider it because it's a very inexpensive, it lasts a long time, and it's just an inexpensive way to add another layer of interest and beautiful to the cards you make. All right, there you go. Any questions? Any questions for me? Okay, as a reminder, the Memorable Mosaic stamp set is retiring. Retiring stamp sets are guaranteed as long as you order them by May 22nd. After that, it's while supplies last. Any product other than the stamp sets is all while supplies last. So if you love that designer series paper, get it now. And the benefit of buying it now is it's on sale. You didn't have to pay full price. Okay, now the stamp set, or I'm sorry, the punch is carrying over, just so you know that. And all of these products are in the current catalog, the one that's expiring soon. Okay? Any other questions? Bright, fun spring colors and prints. It's kind of gloomy in Ohio today and probably most of this week. Thank you for being here with me. I hope being a part of this Facebook Live sets your week off to a good start. I enjoy being with you. Okay, I will be on Stampin' Scrap with Mary Knabe tomorrow night at 7 for something fun. Hope to see you then.